For those of us trying to make sense of wine, one of the first things we do is to categorize it. There's red wines, white wines, rosé. But did you know there's a style of wine that's coming back into fashion right now that's actually quite ancient, and it doesn't fit any of these categories? Yep, it's orange wine. And despite the name, this wine is not made with oranges, it's made with white wine grapes. And it tastes nothing like other white wines. If you're curious to know more about this intriguing new old wine category, I happen to have 3 styles of orange wine for us to explore. 2 dry and 1 sweet. Actually, it's a little bit more off-dry. We'll learn the background of orange wine, including how it's made, its crazy ancient history, and how to pair it with food. Plus, I have some tips on how to choose wine if you haven't tried one before, so stick around. Hey, it's Madeleine from Wine Folly. This video wouldn't have been possible without the generous support from Gerard Bertrand in the south of France. Gerard Bertrand started his first harvest in 1975 and is now a family with 4 generations of winemaking expertise. Orange Gold is their organic orange wine that pays tribute to ancient winemaking techniques started in Georgia over 4,500 years ago. Thanks to its light tannins and acidity, Orange Gold pairs well with various dishes, but is ideal with Asian and fusion cuisine as well as cheese plates. And since I'm not a critic, I'm not here to review or rate wines. Instead, we'll talk about what's going on technically so we can understand orange wine better. The big aha is that orange wine tastes nothing like regular white wine because it has tannins, like a red wine. And to understand why, we should dig into this wine's storied history. We believe orange wines were made at least 5,000 years ago in what is modern-day Georgia. In this greater area, which includes the highlands of eastern Anatolia and Caucasus, we have the cradle of Western civilization and the birthplace of wine. So in a way, tasting orange wine is a window into ancient history. Back then, we didn't have things like cross-flow filtration, refrigeration, glass bottles, or even oak barrels. This is the Bronze Age. So instead, we would take grape bunches and put them into large buried earthenware amphorae called kevri and close them up with flagstones sealed with beeswax. There were no additives, not even yeast. And if you were patient, after a long wait, which could take years, you would be rewarded with a deep, amber-colored wine. But why is it orange? And what does this stuff taste like? Let's find out. Our first orange wine is in the freshest style. It comes from Gerard Bertrand's vineyards in southern France. By the way, any white wine grape can be used to make orange wine, and this one is made with Chardonnay, Grenache Blanc, Viognier, Marsanne, Mosaic, and Muscat. The first thing that strikes me about this wine is the brilliant orange goldish color. The hue in this wine comes from skins and seeds left in the juice during the fermentation. This is not normal for white wines. See, most white wines get squeezed off the skins because we don't want to add tannin. Orange wines, however, see skin contact, anywhere from several hours to several months. This wine smells like rooibos tea, baked apple, and wintergreen mint. It's dry and refreshing, but medium-bodied with medium-low tannins. The lower tannin makes me think this wine didn't spend super long time on skin contact, enough to get that color. And I do agree, it would pair great with Asian and fusion cuisine. And now for something a bit more intense. This is Vinoterra by Schuschman Winery in Kakheti, Georgia. It's made with 100% Quetzaltelli, a favorite grape to use in orange winemaking in Georgia. It also ages in kevri for 6 months on the skins and the seeds. This wine has a deep amber color, and it's clear and not hazy. On the nose, I get honey, beeswax, stewy apple, and a whiff of nail polish. This wine is not very fruity. The Quirky introduces more oxidation, which changes the fruit aromas from fresh fruit flavors to more dried and baked fruit flavors, like that stewy apple note. Whoa, this wine is dry and rich, with medium plus acidity and tannin. With more time in contact with the grape skins and the seeds, we get more intensity and tannin. For this wine, I would want to pair it with higher intensity foods like Indian curries or even fermented foods like Korean kimchi. This last wine kind of defies orange wine tradition. This is Domaine Glenavos, Paleo-Caricio, which means old-fashioned in Greek. It comes from one of the coolest climates in Greece called Ioannina, and it's made with local Dabina grapes. It has a rich, tawny amber gold color, and it's also a little bit sparkling. I smell applesauce, apple butter, cherry, a touch of cinnamon, and cloves. Ha! The wine is off dry, meaning it's a bit sweet, and it's bubbly, which is quite rare for orange wine. I think what we have here is a combination of both an orange, natural wine with a sparkling wine put together. For this particular wine, I'm really craving ooey gooey, funky cheeses. Orange wine has really taken off in the marketplace over the last decade, so there are lots of options to choose from. I think it's great because orange wine has such a unique historical background, and it's incredibly versatile to pair with food because of that palate-cleansing tannin and high acidity. And as we tasted, there are options for everyone. So here's some secrets to finding your own bottle. To check tannin level, check the back label and find out how long the wine was aged on the skins. If you're looking for a more funky fermented style, look for wines that say natural or low intervention on the labels and maybe even have a hazy orange color. Finally, if you don't like what you find, no stress. Orange wine makes a perfect low alcohol cocktail base. Delicious. So there you have it. You've got all the tools you need to go out and buy a bottle of orange wine. What do you think? Orange wine? Yay or nay? And what wine should Christine and I explore next? If you like this video, let us know, because we'll be doing more videos like it. And subscribe if you would like to learn more about wine. Until next time, happy tasting. Peace out.